What's up, everybody? On the right you can see the sheath of the Buck 110 Folding Hunter. I have an individual review of this blade on my channel, and there's a lot of footage from other YouTubers as well. So this is the classic Buck 110, and this is the Buck 110 Ecolite. It has paper stone handles. Those happen to be green. There are also some scales in red. It's called plum red, I think, and this is forest green. It's a very nice green. The material is very light, and it's a material that's produced by with recycled materials. So you're going actually green with this blade. So you can see the main differences. Let's get the sheath out of the way. Main differences is the old school one has wood scales, brass bolsters and brass pins. But this nickel pin here is one that holds the backlog on the inside. You can see it down there. No bolsters on this one. Has a pivot pin. You can't adjust that. Not that you would need to. Buck is a very good company that makes sturdy knives, and I never found it to be necessary to adjust the pivot on a buck knife. So what's the main difference about those two blades? Well, of course you have that little Buck logo there. On the other side there's just nothing. On the blade, both are 420HC high carbon steel. The markings are even the same because I bought both of these in 2013. Those are molds of 2013. They don't differ in size or shape. Only thing is, this one has, of course, machined grooves cut in there, has liners down there and up there, and the rest is just a paper stone material. So it's a very sturdy material, yet very light. Inside here you can see that whole thing is one bolster. It's not screwed back here or pinned back here, and has liners that go through. That is a full thickness, and I think someone weighed the individual parts, and the brass alone weighs 6 ounces. So that's more than this whole knife weighs. Both are satin finished blades. What I found is that the swedge up top here is sharp. Is not sharpened per se, but it's finished with a higher grit on the belt, I think. This is a little rougher than the one on this one. Maybe that's just me. I thought maybe they didn't do it too smooth, so you can strike, fire steel or something with that, and I think that would function very good. So both feature excellent grip. This one, of course, is very rounded. This one has those grooves, which, to be really honest, don't do a whole lot for me. Well, it's just the material here is thinner, in the grooves, and it's a little bit sharp on the edges, so it's not perfectly rounded. It seems more ergonomic than it actually is, and I found one little flaw, and that is on the back of this groove here. It's just smooth the way it's supposed to be, and you have kind of a burr. There's a little raised part of that's not milled out. It's just half a millimeter, maybe a millimeter, but I just noticed this, and this brought me to the idea that companies that have a very high quality control should hire blind people. That might sound weird, but the idea behind that would be that those people they inspect the handles of knives or whatever you're producing, and they find the flaws because of their well, heightened sense, slightly heightened sense of touch, you know. Then again, Buck is not this Buck 110 especially is not a very expensive knife, so it's not really necessary to hire people for quality control, especially just to feel the handle scales, and those are mass produced, but just an idea. So you have here a stainless backlog there as well, and yeah, let's just get to the weight part. I'm just weighing in grams. So you have a 116 gram Ecolite, and the original comes in at 210. So this is almost twice the weight of this. Let's compare sheaths a little bit, and I have to tell you something about the sheaths as well. This weighs 24 grams, so basically nothing. This one, leather, 63 grams. So overall package 273 and 140. So with the sheath, almost exactly twice the weight on the original one. So now the sheaths. The only option to carry this in the sheath is vertically. Okay, you can wear very wide belts with it, thick belts. Very nice sheath. It's very sturdy leather. Then again, it is heavy, it is bulky. You can only wear it vertically. With the nylon sheath, you have the options of carrying horizontally, which I do, and you can also wear it vertically, but not with such wide belt as with the leather sheath. And it's a little bit tight, to be quite honest. There's a plus side and there's a negative side to it. It's very tight, which makes this package very slim, very contoured to your body. It stays very close and very secure. Those are nylon straps, and they seem of very good quality. They're thicker than you would expect them to be because they're quite slim. And it's just a very nice package. Also, it has a very nice snap button, just like the leather one. This one is, I think, brass or something, but it has a rough finish, old timey looking. This one is just simple black, and what I found is, maybe that's just me, and maybe it's just on this sheath, the snap button is a little bit more to the left than in the center. So it's just maybe a millimeter, but it's something I notice. Also, the buck seems a little bit crooked, or maybe that's just because the snap button is not perfectly in the middle, that this whole part is a little bit oblique. And this one, I have the same experience that it is a little bit more crooked, towards this side, but the snap button seems to be perfectly centered and in the middle. Those snap buttons are perfect, and a Velcro would be just stupid. It's a very thick, not very thick, but decently thick sheath. It feels like quality. It really does. It's a little bit cushioned. It's tight. It's tight, but maybe I just have to break it in a little bit. Sorry, bumped against the camera. So it's a little bit tight, and what I would recommend to you if you have this knife, put on the sheath on the belt. I have one here. Let's just do it. Put on the sheath without the knife, so you don't have too much bulk. So you can see it's a decently sized belt. How wide is that? Let's just measure it. Come on. This is a little bit over an inch, or yeah, about 3 centimeters. 3 centimeters wide. So, sorry, bumped against the camera again. So it rides just like that. And what I recommend to you then is push a little bit on the top and bottom, thus thus creating an opening for the knife to slip it in, because it is tight, which is a good thing, but it's kind of hard to do it like that. So just push a little bit on it and it slips right in. You can see how loud that snaps in and how tight it is. It's just so awesome to carry, and totally recommend it. It's a great option, lightweight option to carrying this knife. This one will have always a special place in my collection. I will carry this when I just feel like classy, having a classic carry on me. And this one is basically an EDC knife. And I will carry this for a long time because I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's awesome. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Roll Tide.